Hello friends. It has been about 2 months since I've basically said anything, remotely anything, at least, and it's also been even longer since I've actually made a video. So I thought I would discuss a few things. The big one obviously would be the Channel Awesome pickup and how that kind of went. It was a weird one. Like, I was just getting off of like my last week of work. It was a really annoying job too. Not necessarily hard work, but very time consuming, very monotonous, and also like with really dramatically shifting hours at certain times. So it kind of messed with me a lot, especially on like the last day. And like the last day, which was right before my birthday, it was weird. Like, ended up going a lot later than I had anticipated, and got really irritated. And I finally got out of there, and then I finally get my email from Channel Awesome basically saying I didn't make the cut. So, about the strike of men, as I was driving down to deposit my check, I had myself a good cry because it was just fun. Just all that fun stuff. But basically, I should also mention that I have noticed apparently certain people have gotten certain things in their emails. It said something like you were in the maybe folder, you were in the top 40, you almost made it. I got nothing. Basically, I just got the standard. However, we've had a lot of applicants, and yeah, that kind of thing. So yeah, just not much. Yeah, so just nothing much else with that. Just I submitted a thing and I didn't get it, and there are some things that could probably scrutinize about and kind of not agree with. Like the fact that there's some people who got into the site who were already members of Shay Apocalypse, basically the sister site of Channel Awesome. Like Rentasmo, Stuff You Like, the guy who does like the robot puppet. I've seen them on Shay Apocalypse, and now they're on Channel Awesome. It's like, okay. I mean, I love Rentasmo. I love his needs. I love the Needs More Gay stuff, but it does kind of. It's weird for me to see this happen, because it kind of made me realize how far we've come in this industry that is the internet reviewing thing. The internet, internet reviewers, like that industry. How far we've come with this, because before, years ago, if you could the tech wasn't where it was today. Way back when, people were still using DV tapes and stuff like that. I was using DV tapes. God, that was annoying. But anyway, we were using the DV tapes and all that nonsense. And finally, and certain people just got onto the site. Someone when things were just getting more people to do more people onto the site when they could, and there were very few, and it's there were a lot fewer people. It wasn't there wasn't a lot, there wasn't lots and lots of people doing this at a time that I remember. But now it's we have so many people, and so many people of good, so many people with varying degrees of production value. So many people, even a variety of people, even with people with a certain minimum amount of good production value, and even they don't get in. And the reason why I'm kind of floored by this, like, I'm disappointed but not surprised, because I did acting for a few years, right? Like, I went out for auditions. I was trained for I did some classes for a few years, like in my middle school years, right? And I actually tried to do, like, I got some auditions, right? And I actually did an audition for some pretty big movies, and, like, at least it's a whole other video, believe me. And I don't know if I can get in trouble for discussing, like, the audition process for movies, for some of these movies, because of how huge they were. At least two of them were. But like, let's just say, like, you auditioned for, like there was that one movie, like, called The Spiderwick Chronicles that was based on that children's book series. Like, they sent out auditions, for, a lot of child actors to go audition for that movie. But when you actually go and rent the movie, what they did was they instead got Freddie Highmore to play, to basically they parent trapped Freddie Highmore into the role of both twins. So basically, instead of taking the chance on the lesser known child actors who've probably been working in auditions for a while now, they instead go with the more marketable child star who's already done some pretty well-known stuff. Because it's a Nickelodeon movie, it's a kids movie, so you're marketing it to kids, so the kids would go, hey, it's Charlie from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Let's go see that. That's kind of what you do, right? So basically, like what Channel Awesome could be doing here by getting the Shea Apocalypse alumni in on this would be, like, to bring some of the traffic from Shea Apocalypse onto Channel Awesome. At least that's kind of what I'm getting. At least that's kind of what I'm getting. I mean, I myself kind of just watch most of these people on Blip, so I don't really visit either site that much. And Doug seemed to figure that one out, because he doesn't seem to have his videos, like, listed on Blip anymore. Like they're only, like, it's like the only place where you can view his videos is, like, them being embedded on channel on that guy with the glasses. Like, even if you follow him on a Blip, the video doesn't show up. So he's smart. But yeah, that whole thing kind of happened. So the Channel Awesome thing, yeah, that happened. And honestly, I'm also not too surprised that I didn't get it, mostly because of how inconsistent my release schedule has been for a while. If anything, this kind of break, like, just this break to just, find, get some, like, work, like, with like some more paying work and all that kind of thing, kind of, at the very least, kind of gave me time to think about things. Like, I still don't feel like I've actually kind of nailed down what if I could continue, I don't know what I would be doing, basically. Like, I wouldn't know what I would be going for. But I have realized one thing is that, like, I do feel like I should continue doing this sort of stuff. Like, whether it's, like, like regular movie reviews or whatever, I figure out what to do with it. What to do with, like, this sort of thing. Like, something about this, so I do feel compelled to, like, try and do something like this. I just don't know what yet. That's basically where I am now. Like, I'm basically just kind of, like, stopping and just thinking a lot about what to do, like, coupled with actually finding a job. But and trying out other things. But I do feel like that I'm in a step in some sort of direction, right? Like, I've taken a step to at least to acknowledge that I do want to continue something like this stuff in some form. But we'll see. So we'll see what happens, and thank you. Good night.